Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate y'all being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for the very first time, welcome. It's great to have you. And our topic for you today, it's the top 3 reasons for gym failure. The top 3 reasons for gym failure. Now, before we get into our topic today, just a quick reminder, my focus, my mission here on the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, across the globe. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel. So if you've not yet done so, take a moment, subscribe to the channel. If you have friends, associates, and colleagues in the industry, share it with them as well. And if you've already subscribed, thank you for doing that. And then to learn more about me, to learn more about my company and how we can help take your business to that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And then for you folks that are looking to open a new gym and you need funding, if you have an existing operation, you need funding, we can help provide funding up to $400,000 in funding. It is unsecured and there's no restrictions on use. And it's a minimum credit score of 680 or better in all 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, and it's a minimum income of $50,000 per year each of the 2 previous years. Check out the links below under financing and funding. They have several different options for you actually, depending on your situation and what might work best for you. So with that said, let's get into our topic here, and it's the top 3 reasons for gym failure. Now, where this comes from is me talking to a lot of people, okay? And this is what I see. This is what I see when folks will call up and say, hey, Jim, we are struggling, okay? I'm not sure we're going to make it. We need help. Can you help us get turned around? And there's 3 things that I see pretty frequently that are causing this failure. So I want to give you some thoughts on it, okay? See if any of this, pertains to you, okay? And if it does, see if we can fix it. And one of the things I would also reference as we jump into this, use this channel. We've got well over 1,500 videos at this point. They're all instructional of nature. They're here to help you get better and help you improve your business. And so, number 1 on my list is we go in undercapitalized. Either we start undercapitalized or we don't have enough, what I'd call working capital later on. And so let's talk about both scenarios. Let's just say you're open and going. You're never going to cut your way into growth. And when we go in and get something turned around, yes, we'll make cuts, because the first thing we have to do is we have to kind of get control of the business. We need to make sure we're putting money in the bank every day and there's a positive balance every day. So in that sense, yes, we'll make cuts, but you're never going to grow your company by making cuts. That's not a growth strategy. And if you're opening up a new business and you're undercapitalized, you're going to go in there and you're cutting corners every possible way. Because, remember, one of the big issues in the gym industry, I don't even actually have this one on the list, but it ties into the undercapitalized thing, is the issue of being, no one knows who you are, the issue of obscurity. If you're undercapitalized when you start, you're probably not going to be able to do the marketing that you need or provide the programming that you need. So make sure you have plenty of funds. And so what you like to have is at least 1 month's operating capital on hand. So if it's costing you $50,000 a month to run your business, you want to have $50,000 sitting over here. And it could be cash. It could be an investor willing to step up if you need it. It could be a loan you have access to. It could be a line of credit. It could be credit cards, whatever it is. But you need to have it, because you can't just simply go lean all the time. Okay, we have to be advancing and expanding into the market. And I know I talked earlier about financing and funding. You can check out the links below on different ways that we can help you with that. But undercapitalized is one of the biggest things that I see. Okay, and maybe you were capitalized to begin with and things didn't go the way you want. Now you're undercapitalized. You need to get that addressed. The big thing to remember here: you're never going to cut your way into growth. Okay, number 2. On the top 3 reasons, or top 3 reasons that I see for gym failure. Number 2, it's a failure to properly understand sales and marketing. It's a failure to properly understand sales and marketing. I touched on this earlier, talking about the marketing aspect. The number 1 problem is that no one knows who you are, and those that do don't have you at top of mind. You've got to drive people in the front door. Just by being open, just by offering a great facility and great service is not going to be enough. Because if nobody knows who you are, it won't work. At least it's not going to work like you think it will. Okay? You've got to have that marketing. You've got to have, and there's a lot of ways you can do this. Okay, you can check our links below under marketing and advertising for digital marketing. There's promotional marketing. There's several things you can do, and there's a lot of guerrilla marketing, a lot of boots on the ground, a lot of things like that you can do. This is so crucial, but we don't want to just have the great facility. You've got to get people in the front door. I mean, it's a must. And then the second thing is when you get them in, you have to have a proven process to convert them. Because without that, they're going to walk right back out. And so number 2 on my list is failure to properly understand sales and marketing. Okay. Now, number 3 on my list, and this is one I'm seeing more and more and more of, is our building lease. We cut a bad deal on our building lease. Or we cut a deal on our building lease that is not in line with what our projected revenues are. And so let's just say, for example, that we want our building lease to be at 20% of our total revenues. Because let's just say your payroll's at 40, your building's at 20. Now we spent 60, everything else is 10. We spent 70. Now you've got a 30% margin. In a general sense, that's kind of how it might work. Okay. But if your building lease is at 50 or 60%, not so much. So here's what I would suggest you do. Take your building lease. What is it? How much do you pay a month? Okay. Take that times 5. You take that times 5, that's how much revenue you need to be bringing in every month for that building lease to be at 20%. Where are you at? Okay, this is where I see a big problem with a lot of folks. We either low revenues, or maybe the lease was not good, and even that there's solutions for all of these things. I mean, under capitalized, we can help you with funding. We can help train you on sales and marketing. Building lease, there's things you can do. We need to get the revenue up. Okay, but also you can do other sublets inside your gym. You can sell advertising inside your gym. You can bring the effective cost down. But just take the exercise I would suggest you do. Take your building lease, take it times 5, and that number will put your building lease at 20% if you're hitting that revenue number. So if you take your building lease times 5, what's that number? Is that how much you're bringing in? If it's not, you want to get help. Okay, because you're going in the wrong direction. All right. So 3 reasons for gym failure: undercapitalization, the failure to properly understand sales and marketing, and our building lease. All right. So take a look at those. If that's you, get those addressed now so they're not problems later on. So folks, again, my name's Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. And again, my focus, my mission here in the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can across the globe. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel. So if you've not yet done so, take a moment, hit the subscribe button. When you hit that subscribe button, share it. Share it with friends. Share it with associates. Share it with colleagues that you think could benefit, on the information that we provide. And then to learn more about me, to learn more about my company and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And then again, for you folks looking to open a new gym, looking to open a new facility, you need funding, you have an existing facility, you need operating capital, you're undercapitalized, we can help with funding for up to $400,000. It is unsecured funding. It is no restrictions on use. It's a minimum credit score of 680 or better in all 3 credit bureaus, a minimum income of $50,000 per year each of the 2 previous years. That'll get you taken care of. Check our links below, financing and funding below. There's several different options, depending on your particular situation, you can take a look at. So folks, again, my name is Jim Thomas. So we appreciate you being here on the session today, and we look forward to seeing you all next time.